welcome to another episode of On Par with Parish. As always, I'm your host, Parish Hodges, and today is my very special guest, illustrator, cartoonist, teacher, author, Super Saiyan, and just an all-around good guy. Please welcome Eric Nyamor. Did I say it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Hi, Eric.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm well.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited to have you. So I met you, was it last week or the week before at Nashville Comic-Con?
It was last week.
It was last week, and I saw your artwork, and I was just like in awe because I just loved it. And you just seem like a cool, genuine guy. So I was like, I gotta have him on this show. So thank you for saying yes to me.
No problem. Appreciate you inviting me. You know, I'm looking forward to it. Questions and nerding out and all that good stuff.
Good. I like nerds. I'm a bit of a nerd too. I mean, of course, I'm a nerd. I was at Nashville Comic-Con, so that's.
I hope so.
So you do art, which is it's just such a big thing. There's so much you can do with art, and it started out as a hobby. So how did you know, like, okay, I can actually do this as a career?
It wasn't like too long. Like I've been drawing my whole life. Like since I was a child, I was that kid that used to draw on my papers, drawing the tests, and I was always constantly drawing. But I never grew up thinking like, man, I want to be an illustrator, a cartoonist. It's just something that I love to do. So as I got older, I'm in college, I graduate, I get a degree in graphic design, but I suck at the graphic aspect of it, but I like to draw. So I was like, all right, maybe I could be like an illustrator. You know, I Googled like type of careers that involve graphic software and drawing, and Illustrator popped up. So I'm like, all right, maybe I could do this. But I still wasn't the strongest illustrator. So I had to like kind of hone in on my skill set and kind of figure out a niche, which was the mashups that you probably see me do, mashups, crossovers, and just try to put a funny twist on my artwork in order to stand out from like other illustrators that have been doing it for a while.
So you illustrate children's books, and I saw quite a few that you've done. So what made you do children's books?
So when I started doing the illustration thing, in order to get myself out there, I was putting some Craigslist ads. Like I'll do like different states like Michigan, Ohio, Texas, Florida, just putting random ads. Hey, I'm an illustrator. This is what I do. And then finally someone reached out and said they needed a children's book cover. So I did it, only charged them like $50. And, you know, I got it done. And I was like, oh, maybe this is something I'll be able to do. So when I started advertising, I was like, hey, I do children's books as well. And I started getting clientele, and, you know, while I get better, I get more clientele and then use that in my portfolio. And that's basically how I got started.
So I saw your comic bit strip. It's you as a teacher, right?
Yeah, that's me. Mr. E.
So how did you come up with this? First of all, I love it. I went to your Instagram and I looked through all of them. So, but how did this idea come about?
So it started out like just me, just like different adventures, awkward adventures that I've been through. So I'll just have like situations I've been through and then just put a funny twist on it. But then I did one, me as a teacher, and the response was just so good. I was like, maybe I should just stick in this, like the awkward adventures of Mr. E. And then I kind of got the little girl characters that I try to implement in each one of them, and they're super popular. So I was like, yeah, let me do this. Like, let me make this my comic strip or whatnot. And they're all based on somewhat true stories, and I always put like an exaggeration on it, but they all come from a truthful place.
So it does have a name. I didn't know the name of it, but it's The Awkward Adventures of Mr. E.
Yeah, that's it.
I like that. I like that. So you're all these things, including an author.
Yeah.
So your book, I Can Draw. Tell us a little bit about it.
So I Can Draw is my journey from illustrator from kindergarten all the way to the present. So each grade, You see how I drew. You see how I drew in kindergarten. See how I drew in first grade, second grade, third. Each grade, you see the progression, see the subject matter, and you just see where I was at in each grade. And I made it so I can inspire kids to become illustrators because you're not going to be the best when you start. I wasn't. And what happened if I had stopped drawing in second grade and I didn't try to get better? So you kind of see me slowly progress all the way to now.
Mm-hmm. I get that, and I like that concept a lot. So you're originally from Michigan. What brought you to Nashville?
Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah, just something different. Like, first off, I don't like the snow. I had to deal with the snow like my whole life, and this snow is crazy in Michigan. I think it's probably snowing right now, and I needed, just a change. Like, it snows here in Nashville, but not to the degree that it does up north. And I just needed like a new scenery, kind of get away from like what I know. And Nashville was like a good opportunity, good start. Could have been Nashville, could have been Indianapolis, New Orleans, but it just so happened to be Nashville, and it works. Like, I love it out here. The response has been
How
great.
did you like it?
Yeah.
So I saw that you created the character Spider Curl.
Spider Curl, yeah.
I like that a lot.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I just love that. How did you come up with that?
So Spider Curl was a commission I did for my friend Carson. I actually met him at one of the events. Like, I do a lot of festivals or Comic-Con, so I do that constantly. So I think I met him at one of them. I forgot which one it was. It was a festival, and he was there with his daughter, his wife, and she was a mixed girl, and there wasn't a lot of representation of little girls as superheroes. So he wanted me to create one for her or whatnot. So we came up with the concept. We text back and forth, talk, and then he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna call her Spider Girl." He had a whole soliloquy for everything, but it was pretty dope to work on.
I love it. And I know that you're a freelancer. So do you want to continue freelancing, or would you want to like work for a company?
I definitely like the independent freelance experience. Like, I would like to work with, but I don't think I want to work for a specific company. Like, I just like the freedom to be able to do my own thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like that musician that wants to be independent versus record label.
Mm-hmm.
I want to own my masters.
Yeah. So Juneteenth is coming up this weekend. Are you going to be at any of the events?
So one of my buddies is getting married, so I'm gonna be in that. So I might miss the events on Saturday, but the actual Juneteenth, I might show up for a couple of the events. Like, it's still pending if I'm gonna be able to be an artist there.
Yeah.
So I'll say just keep watching my page, and if you see something like I'm gonna be an artist, yeah, sure. But I'll still be there just to support other artists and vendors and Black businesses that will be out there as well that do equally as dope work as me.
So are you currently working on any pieces?
Yeah, I'm working on a few commission pieces. I'm working on a fun rocket power one for a client. I'm working on a family portrait. The family wants to be like Dragon Ball Z characters. I'm working on a few of my own prints and pins that I'll have available soon. So I'm always constantly working on something.
Rocket Power was my show. Like,
Yeah.
I love that show.
Oh yeah.
You make artwork and you make pins. Do you make t-shirts?
Yes, I actually made this t-shirt that I'm wearing.
Let me see it. Show it off.
So it's inspired by One Piece and Nirvana. One Piece is this anime that I'm obsessed with, and they call their friends Nakama. And instead of Nirvana, it says Nakama. And then kind of has that Nirvana smile, but I put like a straw hat on the smiley face. If you watch One Piece, you might understand it. But yeah, I do t-shirts per request. So sometimes people want my artwork on a t-shirt, so I just tell them to tell me their size and color, and then I'll make it, and give it to them. But it's hard to like the hustle, like a whole bunch of t-shirts, like
Your artwork is like so detailed. Like, how long does it take you to finish a piece?
I mean, it varies from piece to piece. Sometimes I can knock it out in like a day. It could be a week. It could be 2 weeks. If I were gonna take on a project, I always try to tell the customer like 3, 4 weeks, just so like they're not thinking it's gonna be a fast turnaround. Sometimes I could give it to them before then, but I'm always working on a lot of projects at once, so it's kind of hard to set like a specific time on one project, because like I might sketch in one project, but then I'm gonna be coloring in another project. Oh wait, I got to do my own stuff, so I try to balance the various projects that I receive in order to give them the best quality work.
So you're a self-proclaimed Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I mean, I think Saiyans are like Black Africans, right? So being from Africa, right? Like I'm kind of like Goku. I wasn't raised on the planet. I was raised here, but I still had them attributes of like Saiyan race. Now I'm just playing. That's a little too nerdy for y'all.
Super Saiyan E. I love it though. Like, I'm pretty sure. Do you get a lot of requests for like Dragon Ball Z stuff?
I mean, I do. I get a lot of requests for anime, period. But I have done a few Dragon Ball Z characters. I'm working on some now. But like anime and comics in general, probably like the requests I get. Families will want to be specific characters, and yeah, that's what I do with it.
I'm trying to think, what character could I be?
I mean, with the hair, like Balma, they also had that one. They had this one woman. She was in it earlier. Like she'll be real cool, but then she'll get angry, and she had like the purple hair. Man,
Oh my
forgot what her
god!
name was. I think she was dating Krillin for a while. But I mean, they got a few characters. They got a few anime characters you could be. It doesn't even have to be just Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, and I've also heard that like from X-Men, I could be Psylocke, that she has purple hair.
Yeah.
I want to cosplay Starfire. No, not Starfire. Blackfire.
Blackfire.
Yeah, because she has purple hair and she's evil.
Okay.
And I'm evil, so I'm like, I'm just kidding. I'm a sweetheart. But I would love to cosplay Blackfire. I feel like one day I just got to do it,
Just do it. Do it.
I know, right?
Time. Yeah. I hear a lot of people don't want to cosplay, but then they get there and see other people cosplaying. I'm like, they're always like, dang, I wish I did it myself.
Yeah.
Never be afraid to cosplay. That's what people go to comic conventions for. Even if it's like you and one other person. Like if you're the only person, everybody's gonna be trying to take pictures of you.
Yeah. Honestly, at Nashville Comic Con, I was scared that I was gonna be the only person in regular clothes. Like I thought everybody was gonna be in cosplay, which majority of people were. So, but to look good, I mean, it takes a lot of time, effort, and money. So I'm like, I just really gotta prepare myself to do it. But one of these days, I'm gonna pop out in a cosplay. You did too.
I did it. Well, not for like an event, but like Halloween. I got some pretty dope costumes I make, but I usually like just to keep the nerd tee and seems somewhat like normal when I'm selling. But I see other vendors, they cosplay too, so I don't think there's the right or wrong way to do it. I have nothing against it, but I just want to be a little comfortable when I'm conversing with some of the customers and the people out there.
Yeah. So do you have any other events coming up?
I'm at the farmers market every Saturday and Sunday. So at Nashville downtown farmers market, you can always catch me there. I do art crawls. That's the third Saturday of each month. So it's actually the same Saturday of Juneteenth, which will be like next week, right? Or this week.
It's this weekend.
This week. However, I'm gonna be at a wedding, so I won't be at those events. But there's a ton. So you should still go, even though you won't see me. You'll still see a lot of dope artists out there. Yeah. The Black Market. That's on the first Friday of each month. That's another dope event. Yes, that's at the farmers market. It's an awesome event, not just for like art, but it's like a whole festival of
Yeah.
Black-owned businesses out there selling like t-shirts, hats, clothing, art, all kind of products, shoes. You know, CBDs, oils, whatever, shea butter. Like they got it there. So first Friday of each month, check out the Nashville Black Market. Um, can't think of any events that I'm doing this year yet. But definitely watch my page and I post what's coming up, what I'm gonna do to keep you informed. Like since COVID, a lot of things got rearranged and
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to keep track of what I applied for and what is gonna still keep going. Oh, Dragon Con in Atlanta, I'm doing that.
You're doing Dragon Con?
Yeah, so I like fingers crossed. Like, I'm on the waiting list, but I'm manifesting it. So Dragon Con.
This is gonna happen. I want to go so bad, but all the hotels are sold out. So I'm like, okay, maybe next year.
Mm-hmm. Or you get a friend in Atlanta.
That's true. So for people who want to keep up with you or are interested in purchasing some of your artwork or your pins or anything else that you make, where can they find you?
So if you're local, Nashville, you're local, right? Nashvilleian.
Murfreesboro, so technically, yeah.
Yes. Best step is coming to the farmers market every Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 3. I'm out there. It'll be a lot cheaper if you get it from me personally or whoever I have running my booth. But I do have a website. Give me a follow at super_Saiyan_E. And it has a direct link to my website where you could purchase my products, my pins and prints. But I sell like a lot more at the Nashville Farmers Market. Like I got my hats and other products that wouldn't make sense if I ship them.
I've never even been to the Nashville Farmers Market, but I'm gonna go now.
You need to start adventuring. There's a lot of stuff to do here in Nashville. Like,
I know.
Yeah, that's definitely a vibe. The Nashville Farmers Market, just because it's not just me. There's other vendors that sell great things, and the black market. I definitely recommend going out there, and it's free. It's just free good times, food trucks. The food is great. The people is great, drama free, and it's a vibe. So, I mean, your listeners come to the Nashville Farmers Market downtown. I don't know the exact address, but it's on Rosa Parks. Just put the Nashville Farmers Market pop up on your GPS. Check out the Black Market every Friday from 6 to 10. And that's at the Nashville Farmers Market as well. And this is, the Juneteenth. They got an event going on in Buchanan and then one at Hadley Park, I believe. That's going to be like good times. So it's just great opportunity just to chill with black people.
I know, right? Because we're so awesome.
Facts. I
want to thank you so much. I'm so glad you didn't chicken out on me. I'm like so happy that you're here.
Mamba mentality. We don't chicken out over here.
But do you have any last words?
No, I mean, just keep going for your dream. Your listeners, whatever it is that you want to do, just do it with your best ability. And eventually it's going to work out as long as you stay consistent and you believe in the product and believe in yourself. It's going to happen. The only way it's not going to happen if you give up. So, keep pushing, whatever it is you want.